Grab your popcorn, rip that ticket, get in that seat, lickety-split. Go watch a movie!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Go Watch a Movie, episode 150. Halfway to 300. Today we are talking about the film The Devil All the Time. I'm Kelvin.
And I'm Robert.
That was my southern voice. You have to let it linger at the end there.
I don't know if that's how they do it.
But before we get into that, a little bit of entertainment news. A lot has happened. We're going to skim over a few things. Rumor. Gonna say that a few times because it's just a rumor right now. Some things are happening over at HBO Max, and they are in talks, whispers, murmurs about a Dumbledore show. With Jude Law taking up the role. I would be 100% down for this, even though I'm not the happiest with prequels. To see some of the things that make him the greatest wizard of the age would be fantastic. What do you think of this?
I don't know. I'm not for prequels. I'm trying to get away from them. Hopefully, Hollywood will too. I think it'll have a fan base. I mean, you can't not have a fan base if you make something that's Harry Potter related. So it'll be successful. I just don't know if I'm going to be excited about it.
Apparently, Fantastic Beasts, for a number of reasons, isn't doing what they thought it would do. Mm-hmm. Largely a lot because of the Johnny Depp fiasco, which we've talked about on here. It's kind of sucks that the movie's franchise is getting hurt because of that, but it is. So this would be kind of a alternative because, as we all know, they kind of have to have something Harry Potter going because of those two fucking theme parks they have on both coasts. But yeah, I don't. Like I said, just because he's done some things. We get hints towards them in the movies and the books, but like he has tales and stories, and he's old, and I think it would be cool to see.
Are they kind of for Harry Potter? Are they kind of doing like a George Lucas thing where they like don't want to go past the original timeline? They want it to end there. Is that what they're doing?
I'm going to say this. I hope so. Because we saw what happened when Star Wars did go past that.
Okay. Yes.
So, I mean, because I think the problem there would be they would either have to drop a boatload of money on the original three kids because they're still prevalent in the wizarding world, or recast them, which would... I mean, people will eventually get over it, but at first...
I think they could still move forward without recasting. I mean, they can have mentions of the characters without the characters being there, and there's always going to be new kids going to the school.
I think I would want to see them move away from the school if they continued, honestly. But that's just me. I don't know. But I guess a lot of people didn't like that with the Fantastic Beasts series. But... It's
okay. I just don't think it doesn't outdo the original, I mean, that's it. I don't know. It is, even though I'm not a hardcore Harry Potter fan, I still think their originals are great. I think, I mean, that's a great story, but I don't know. I think they just went off a little bit with the other ones.
And there's supposed to be 3 more of those, so we'll see if that happens.
Yeah. Again, I mean, I'll definitely watch them because why not? But man, I don't know if they don't start bringing it. It's just going to be like, oh, there's another one. Okay, we'll see it.
Let's do this. I think they shouldn't have gone so hard on the Fantastic Beasts thing with the way the movies are, because it's as we discussed on here before, it's not so much about the beasts. It could have been like, the Wizarding World presents tales from, I don't know.
Something, yeah. Other than, because it makes you sound like you're going to watch something like with wizards and then Pokemon, like combined. You know what I mean? That's what I was envisioning when I first heard about it.
Bring me Ryan Reynolds.
This is going to be cool. But then they went somewhere else. But that's okay.
Moving on here, we have another rumor. Oddly enough, this is the rumor mill set of entertainment news, but it's coming to an end. Bond is, and of course, rumors have been swirling around who will replace Mr. Daniel Craig. The biggest runner-up right now is Tom Hardy. Apparently, he was offered it. And this is according to, let me get this so I don't get sued. According to the Vulcan reporter, he was offered it in June, accepted it, and they were supposed to announce it and everything when the movie released, because it was supposed to be released a lot sooner. It should have already been out, but of course, COVID. So everything got pushed back as well as his release, because they don't want to overshadow, Craig's Bond with the news of this is the new Bond. So,
right.
But yeah, so it's, I can see it now.
Yeah.
Call me babe. Just babe.
I don't know. I feel kind of like whenever there's a new Bond, I'm like, okay, whatever. But then you watch them and then you judge, for yourself at that moment, and then they grow on you. You know what I mean? It's not like you hear somebody's name, you're like, oh, they're going to be perfect for Bond. I'm really going to have to see him as Bond before I can fall in love with him as Bond. But, I'm surprised they didn't go a different route and then pick like a female or something like Jamie Bond or something like that. I thought for sure that's something that they were thinking about.
After the backlash of a new 007, I don't even know if they even want to toy with that idea, because they were like, oh my God, a black woman as James Bond? Are you fucking kidding? I was like, settle down, children. Yeah. But yeah, I liked the idea of Idris, but apparently, he was told he was too thuggish for it. I don't
think so.
I don't think so either.
I think they just, was that just code for black? He's yours too black for it. It must have been, because he's suave. He can be really, really suave on film.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. Yeah, I've seen him. He has just as much range as Tom Hardy, if not more. I've seen him go complete gangster, and I've seen him go the complete opposite of, here's my panties, I'm throwing them at your face.
Let's not forget he's an actor. I mean, it's just because you saw him in that role where he played somebody who was maybe not what you wanted for Bond doesn't mean he can't pull off the other.
Exactly.
Sheesh.
But that's the world we live in. And we shouldn't poo-poo, because, hats off to Mr. Tom Hardy. If he does get it, he is a decent actor. But like you said, I have to watch, because, I used to think, because he was my Bond growing up, Pierce Brosnan was it. I was like, nothing's going to get better than this. And then I saw Craig's Bond. I was like, well, that other guy was a joke compared to so we'll see. I would like to see them add some more humor in there, like in the not like slapstick like Roger Moore, but like just a bit more, because Craig has gotten very serious with it.
Yeah, it's a little dark.
Yeah.
A little DC-ish.
Yep. Where's the Joker for? But that'll bring us to a very exciting. Let's discuss the showbiz. Okay. So the question here, and it's an easy one, is Shia LaBeouf one of the greatest actors of our age, or should we get this man help? So this question comes from since COVID has happened, they've been doing these Zoom table reads of movies, and they did Fast Times at Richmond High, and he played Spicoli, Sean Penn's role. And gotta tell you, from start to finish, he is like on 10. Everyone else is just reading off the page.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, he was the only one acting.
Was he acting?
I think so. Everybody, I think so. He's a method actor. He gets into his roles, and everybody else was just reading off the page. Some of them looked annoyed, some of them didn't. But still, you got to give. I mean, for somebody to be able to hold that the entire time, even he could see them too. You know, I'm assuming. So he knew that he was pissing some people off, but he held it anyway.
But here's why I ask, like, because there were scenes, shots of him not doing his lines while other people are reading theirs, and he is just like bouncing around, tensing. It's like wiping sweat off like a madman, and he's literally smoking a joint on. And also, I had to toss in, he did get removed from a film here and replaced with I should have had that up, but he got replaced by somebody else. The reasons have not come out on why that happened, but after seeing this, I'm kind of like,
I'm guessing those other actors probably find him difficult to work with.
Mm-hmm.
I think that might be and I mean, I'm sure directors and producers and everybody else find him difficult to work with because he's so dedicated to his art.
If you haven't seen this, just type on YouTube table read, Shia LaBeouf table read for Fast Time at Richmond High, and Jesus Christ, prepare to be amazed. Because wow, Sean Penn and Brad Pitt were losing their shit at him, which is great because Sean Penn was, because that was Sean Penn's character.
That was his role, yeah.
But and then I went and watched those. Like there are things of that character Scapoli, and I watched that, and he went further than Sean Penn did back then. You know what? You're a dick.
Maybe he did that for Sean Penn. Maybe he was like, "Look, let me show you how you act. This is how you do the role.
Let me show you how it's done." Oh my goodness! It was a train wreck. I couldn't look away, but I wanted to. You know who was getting fucking pissed?
I feel like Julia Roberts was. And then she smiled a couple times. She was like trying to be like, proper, yet at the same time.
And Jennifer Aniston was like, every so often you see her giving like a squinty-eyed look, like, oh. Mm-hmm. But he plays gangsters in every fucking movie. Shit. But the guy who played the principal was Reed Pro. He was pissed.
Yes.
He was pissed. Like, there was no doubt about it. He was just, But I don't know. Like, because I wanted to laugh, but I was like, man, is he acting?
Or is he high? I can't tell.
Or is he like is that joint laced with something? I don't know. Either way, I think somebody should go talk to him and make sure that he was just acting. If anyone of relevance listens to this podcast, check on Shia LaBeouf.
He's fine.
Yeah. This is a guy who once put on a show that consisted of him sitting at a table with a bag over his head. Mm-hmm. With "I'm not famous" written across it, and had charged people a fee to come in and just stare at him. So check out him.
I still think he's fine. We just don't get him.
That's true. Right, he's
on a different level.
Yeah. He's like fucking man. Don't drink tequila before the show. Vote for Pedro. What's that movie?
Napoleon Dynamite.
He's like Napoleon Dynamite. We just don't get him, We'll come back later and we'll be like, oh, I get it now. But yes, that will bring us to trailers. You first for me, sir.
Oh, you go right ahead.
Mine is, yep, don't drink tequila.
I haven't seen that one yet.
The Book of Blood. I want to say that's the name.
Okay.
Let me double check here. Yes. I'm not crazy. Mine is Hulu's The Books of Blood. And this is a movie based on some books, like most of them are a horror movie. But it starts off real creepy. There's a naked man standing in this chamber type of thing. And this lady walks in, and I'm assuming she's some kind of psychiatrist. She starts to search him, even though he's naked, which I find odd. But he whispers in her ear, he's coming. And she just kind of walks out to this room full of people who are all staring through this guy to a double-sided glass. And he's like, we're going to need some complete darkness. Well, they are. And then he makes the lights go out. And this room that had blank walls and everything at first suddenly is full of blood writings. And this guy's quivering on the floor all of a sudden. There's voices and stuff coming from the blood. Then it gets even more creepy from there. But it looks creeped out because then there's a chick who shows up. I don't know what her deal is, but apparently noises creep her out. And horror movies, you know, are full of creepy noises. So she's going to have a rough time.
This trailer sounds right up my alley. I might check this one out.
Yeah, this is going to be on Hulu. It looks awesome. Check it out because it looks creepy. Sorry.
All right. Well, mine, speaking of tequila, is called On the Rocks. It is it's a buddy movie, but the buddies are a dad and his daughter, and they basically go on an adventure together to discover whether or not the daughter's husband is cheating on her. And the dad gets involved because the dad happens to be a cheater. And the daughter is well aware of this and I guess is okay with it. I mean, it's you know, her dad, so what are you going to do? And then, so that's where the hilarity begins. And I just love it because we get Bill Murray, who I just can't ever get enough of. Okay. He's a great actor, yet at the same time he brings something to a movie, his own brand, I think. Yeah. You know, there's something about his performances that I just love. So
I've seen he meets her boyfriend or something like that, right?
Say what?
Bill Murray meets her boyfriend. She takes him to meet her boyfriend, right?
It's their husband. She's got a husband.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's played by one of the Wayans brothers.
Yes. There we go.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So yeah, it looks good. It looks like it's going to be a good talkie. There's going to be some good moments, some adventures, and I just think it looks like a good time. So that's my pick for the week, On the Rocks.
You remember that Bill Murray movie where it was Wes Anderson and he played the Jack Costello type person?
Yep.
I like the little dance he does while he's being interviewed. For whatever reason, that always stuck in my mind. I don't know. But there we go. The Life Aquatic. Thanks, man. The devil all the time. Watch spot.
It just sounds like you're on tequila. Doesn't sound like a southern accent.
The devil all the time. How's that? Huh? Watch spot. You better add that southern drawl if you would not mind.
I do believe you have the dumb voices covered. A young man is devoted to protecting his loved ones in a town full of corruption and sinister characters.
Thank you, Watch Spot. The Devil All the Time, Netflix original. It is shoved full of every goddamn fresh face in Hollywood that you can think of. We got Robert Pattinson, Batman, Tom Holland, Spider-Man, Sebastian Stan, Bucky. This is a superhero full movie that is not about superheroes. This one kind of baffled me because I was struggling to see I guess I was trying to look deeper. It's like, what is this all about? Like, I get that these families are all intertwined, spoilers, but like, is this like a case on ancestral Southern roots? Like what?
Yeah, maybe you were thinking a little too deep. I just thought it was a super entertaining movie with a whole lot of fun craziness happening. It almost, spoilers. It almost, in a weird way, it's gonna sound stupid, kind of reminded me of Pulp Fiction.
Oh.
And I like the way all these weird, like, stories, like, came together.
Yeah.
Like, you don't really, I mean, you kind of, and it does get a little predictable towards the end. I saw something coming from a mile away, but it's still, it's fun to watch all these really
unrelated.
Yeah. All these really well acted and told stories converge and this completely epic ending that for me, it was epic, but I just thought they did a really good job on this one. I was surprised that they I think you overthought this one. I just went for the ride, and I just enjoyed watching the drama.
Gotcha.
And some of it's crazy because you don't expect some of the stuff that you see. Especially, you think the past, right? You think people are a little more proper. Stuff like that isn't happening. I guess that's the kind of stuff was happening if you believe this movie to like a completely higher extent than you could ever imagine.
And my goodness, like, first of all, I don't think the writer of this movie enjoyed church at all. Because every iteration, every figure that he had representing the church or religion, however you want to put it, is a horrible person.
I think almost everybody in this movie has got issues, and I think it's crazy how even the hero has issues. But
can we call him a hero?
I think so. I accept him as a hero. I don't even think he's an anti-hero. I mean, I feel like he's just a flat-out hero. I think we're all flawed, and this movie definitely points that out. But I guess some of us are just a little more flawed than others. And I guess if you can still, with your flaws, do something right and do something good for people, I mean, I think that's what makes you a hero, as opposed to just being, Spider-Man or, Batman. I mean, you gotta. I feel like, I feel like if you have that, if you have something wrong with you or we all do, being able to rise above that and do something great. I mean, that makes you more of a hero than just being born perfect.
With great power comes great responsibility.
You ain't lying.
This first preacher, this is a cousin, Dudley.
Yeah.
Yeah, extremely skinny now. Still a prick. But yeah, Dudley, so he's so devout. Like that, he's devout to the point where it's like a mental disorder.
Yeah.
He don't, I mean, spoiler territory. We're going spoiler territory here. He dumped spiders on his face to prove God chose him. Or his devotion. Like that's insane, right?
That is insane, but not as insane as what he does to his wife later in the movie.
So after, what? What do you think? Right.
It's almost hard to want to talk about the movie because we would just ruin it for people who would. There's so many things that happen that you don't see them coming, but it's coming out of this like prism of just this old fashioned you would think peaceful time. Maybe not. I know there was war, but you know what I mean. Like in America, at least, you think people are friendly to their neighbors. Not as many people lock their doors. And when somebody dies, you bake them a pie and leave it on their porch. That kind of stuff. That's nice things. But then you get into it and you start looking at what the characters are doing, and you're like, oh my god, everybody's either crazy or has a mental disorder.
And it was like, I guess, so much easier back then. Like to be deranged.
or evil. I mean, maybe it wasn't a mental disorder. Maybe they were just evil.
I think his though, because he literally thought he was doing good things, and because like when he does the thing to his wife, he's like pleading for it to work, you know. So like that's why I think he was like, off the deep end. But holy cow! And I love the time jumps and the way it all kind of turns around and connects.
Mm-hmm.
You know, let's get into these characters. What'd you think of Peter Parker, Spidey himself, Tom Holland?
You know what? I'm always worried about when I see somebody who I'm familiar with from other movies, and I look at him and I see, Peter Parker, and then I go to watch some other movie. I go, I'm just going to see Peter Parker the entire time. I didn't. I think he played the role great. He completely won me over as the character. I think I didn't see Peter Parker, even though he did kind of. In a weird way, had Spidey senses throughout the movie. I will say that, but other than that, I did not see Spider-Man, so I got to give him props for that.
Yeah, I love it when he's British. I believe he's British, maybe Australian, one of the two. But I love it when these foreign actors come over here, and then this is even more so like because just doing a modern day, American accent. You just toss a little New Yorker in there, But he went back. They all went back to this Southern drawl, and I said that they added that. At the end.
I can't even laugh at you doing it because I know I can't do it either. So I don't know why.
But yeah, it just worked, and it wasn't just the accent. Like he transformed. He carried himself differently, even though he's bursting out of his clothes because of his fucking muscles. He still, made himself stand out. It was believable when he got beat up, by three dudes, and he is vengeance though. As we saw.
And I love that the scene with him and his dad at first, when his dad basically taught him, you pick your moment, and then went and did what he did, and then he did it later in the movie. I love that. Even though I'm not like saying that's what people should go out and do, but watching it on film was an absolute treat. No, I didn't.
Beat the shit out of him.
No, I'm saying pick your moment.
Yeah. That was. I enjoyed that as well. What do you think of his dad? We can't leave out old Bill Skarsgård.
He did a great job. It's almost like if I were to imagine his dad, the guy played just perfectly. It was like I wasn't expecting like Bill Cosby, you know what I mean? It's like he was a little bit rougher, yet then every once in a while we just smack him for no reason and then grab him and tell him to pray harder because he wasn't praying hard enough. Anybody and I know the guy was probably suffering from being from the war, but still, it's like I thought that was great. I love seeing those layers in a character as opposed to just something that's just flat. I want to see all those ups and downs, and he gives you that. So you can like him 1 second, but then you hate him the next.
Yeah, because he seemed to have the best intentions, but he was definitely scarred from certain aspects of what he saw in the war. I was hoping he would smile. I want to see that Pennywise smile.
Again, I didn't see that. I didn't see Pennywise. I thought, again, I think everybody transformed themselves into the character.
Skarsgård is underrated. He's an underrated actor, in my opinion. I mean, he gets the roles, but like, I don't think people see how good that guy actually is because he's fucking fantastic. Somebody actually said he should be the next Joker, and I was like, oh fuck yeah! Can you imagine him doing that Pennywise smile as the Joker?
You could definitely do it. They might not do that just because he was already Pennywise. That looks similar.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is unfortunate because he would definitely pull it off.
But yeah, and one of my favorite scenes, and it's silly, but it made me giggle to no end. What is that? Oh, that's the praying tree. It don't work too good.
Now that sounded Southern, what you just did.
That was great. It's just, but this was just like a just tragedy. Like this is like
there's just one bad moment after another, and there's no happiness in this movie. It's just
what's that? Les Miserables? Like that's
just These people are miserable for sure. But it was a fun watch. I mean, I think it was still good, a good movie, and I think it was beautifully shot. I love the setting. I love everybody's accent.
Yes,
I do. I don't know about Robert Pattinson's accent though. I think it was a little off.
Apparently, and this is just a rumor as well. He did not want to use a voice coach, and came up with that accent on his own. So,
okay, well, that's fine.
It didn't work for you.
Just for me, it didn't work. Somebody else might say that sounds like my cousin Juju or something. I don't know, but it just doesn't. I didn't like it.
That's Lanston down the road.
Yeah, but I don't like my own voice either, so I can't knock his, I guess.
I don't like mine either. I'm not sure. I think he sounds closer to what he did in Tenet in real life. I'm not sure what he actually sounds like, though.
I almost don't want to know.
Yeah. I know he's British as well, but yeah. But he did a fantastic job, though. I hated his guts.
I've said it before, I believe. I love him as a villain. Mm-hmm. I don't like him as much as a hero. But as a villain, I think he nails it every time.
Yeah, I didn't see him sparkle once.
Nope. Wasn't no sparkling in this movie.
He's far removed from that. I haven't seen him sparkle in a long time. He's a damn good actor as well. I said this movie was just full of, like, all the stories are interesting as well. Like, from the renegade husband and wife who are, I guess we went into spoiler territory.
Yeah.
Serial killers.
Yep.
Like, that's interesting as fuck. This tormented young kid who had to suffer through his mother and father die. This orphan girl whose father was this insane preacher. Mm-hmm. And then what she had to go through herself.
Super sad.
Mirrored her mother, sadly. And then the ending, her ending. Oh God, why is this
especially when she was about to, but then she realized, nah, this ain't for me. But then it happens anyway, and you're like, oh no.
Jesus. Breaks my heart if I had one. But yeah, it's just tragedy after tragedy after tragedy to, I guess, everybody kind of getting their just desserts.
Yeah, but she did. I mean, the daughter, she didn't deserve that.
She did not.
And then even her mom didn't deserve that. That was just vicious. Yeah. That was just complete viciousness. I don't even know.
Well, yeah, like I said, I think that's what I said. I think he was just fucking nuts. Cause wake up, Potter. Said as he stabbed her.
Oh goodness.
Sorry.
And it's weird because the brother that was in the wheelchair sharpened the screwdriver.
Yeah. So and was oddly calm, like he was ready for it to happen.
It's like he's waiting for it. It's like, this is what you're gonna do.
And they said, I guess he was the same as his brother, though. They said he wanted to prove so much that he drank radiator fluid or something like that.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Yeah.
So,
man,
it's just a jacked up family. But what do you think of this ending? Like did it fulfill what you needed? Because that's what, like, seeing all these stories, the roads all meet. That's what this did it for me.
Yeah, that's like I said. I loved. Like I said, it reminded me of Pulp Fiction, and I got the almost same kind of satisfaction out of the end of this. I love seeing the stories converge. I love seeing, for me, the hero, which was Tom's character, come out where he did. I don't know. I just feel like the entire movie kept me interested. I mean, I didn't have a moment where I was like, well, this is dragging. You know, I felt like everything was purposeful. Like every moment, it could have been longer, in my opinion. They could have shoved more in there.
Yeah,
I did see some stuff coming towards the end, but I mean, of course, by then you're going to see it happening because you're going to figure out where all these stories are going to come together at some point. Mm-hmm. And they do, and you're like, holy crap, when it does.
Yeah, they did. I did think it did some fantastic foreshadowing I thought for just about everything. So I'm a little overboard, like you said. It's like, oh well, yeah. But
and I'm trying to explain how good it is to me without giving away what makes it so good. So when people watch it, they're like have the same sense of enjoyment from it.
Yeah. I would say go watch this for sure for me, even though we need to get to Rotten Tomatoes before we do that. So let's do that. You got Rotten Tomatoes put up, sir?
I do. And the tomato meter is a 65% out of 154 ratings. Not bad, you know. Well,
Yeah.
And then the audience score is an 83%. So the audience loved it, and I'm with the audience, and
Me
I guess
too.
I guess the critics as well, because everyone enjoyed.
65 is fine. It's not like that's not passionate. Yeah, go watch for me 100%. It's on Netflix, and I gotta stop saying that. But I say it's on Netflix mainly because it's convenient. So you can literally go watch it easily, especially during this what we're going through right now, sadly still. You said go watch for you.
You absolutely go watch. I loved it. I had a absolute ball watching it and watching all the crazy stuff happen. Even though, again, I'm not saying anybody should go out and do any of this crazy stuff, but watching it on film for some reason is just great.
Yeah, like I said, my only thing was like I wanted, I guess, a point to all the madness. and it's just like an anthology of pain. So I guess you look at it that way, it's fine.
Yeah, I guess. But I guess again, I think the point is just to point out people's flaws and that nobody's perfect. Even the ones that think they're perfect aren't perfect, because somebody who thought they were perfect or living the perfect life wouldn't try to kill themselves,
Yeah.
So everybody has something, so that's, for me, that's what I took from it. And
no matter what walk of life you're from, because especially Pattinson's character like drives that home, like, because he starts off this holier than thou, pun intended, reverend. So, but clearly he also has his flaws as well. So I see your point there for sure. Yeah, so that's episode 150. The Devil All the Time. Where you can find us, gowatchmovie.com, the one-stop shop for all things entertainment. Anywhere a podcast can be played, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever they're calling it these days, and gowatchmovie.com. The trailers are pretty sure I have them both on social media. I will double check that. And that's everything for today. I'm Kelvin.
And I'm Robert.
Go watch a movie.
Grab your popcorn, rip that ticket, get in that seat, lickety split it. Go watch a